The devil does not attack people for the fun of attacking people. The devil only attacks you if your life is a threat to him. You're wondering, why are you going through these storms or these trials and tribulation? It could be because the devil has seen who you really are. Maybe you don't even know who you are in the spirit. Maybe you don't even know what you've been ordained to do. Maybe you don't even know why you are here. But the devil knows, and he's not taking any chances. So he's sending storms. The storms you may be going through, you may look at yourself and say, oh, but this issue is bigger than I can handle. Because the reason it seems bigger than you can handle is because there is a big destiny waiting for you. So the devil is fighting you based on your full potential, not based on the man you are today. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. So if he's going to fight you, he's not fighting you as a weakling, he's fighting you as a champion. That's why he's unleashing issues up and down. Now, this is specifically for those in Almaty. There is a principality in this nation. There's a principality. And by the grace of God, through my spiritual intercourses and experiences and adventures, I've seen things. I'll just share a few of them and then I'll make some practical explanations. Let me begin by saying this. Every nation has its own principality. The principality in Kazakhstan, the principality in Almaty may be different than the one in America, Canada, Germany, France, Sweden. Every principality has a specific function. The principality in Almaty may be different than the one in Lagos City. They always have a specific agenda for the lives of people. Now, one of the best states, one of the best status anybody can achieve in the place of their spiritual walk with God is to live above the influences of the principality in your region. I'm going to pause a little bit so you assimilate this. One of the best status quo, one of the best level any Christian can achieve is to reach a level where you are no longer under the influence of a principality. Now, when they occupy a place, I've seen the principality of this country. I've seen it one-on-one. It's gigantic. You know, when I saw it in the spirit, it was so big, so huge, so massive that I was impressed. And while I was watching this principality, it was so glorious. That's the best, magnificent. That's the best word I can use for lack of better words. It was so magnificent. And I was just, it could sit on, it was in Almaty here, I saw it. I know the location, but I'm not going to give any details for now. It was seated in a very majestic position, the seat, the throne. It was so majestic, and then the height was so tall, so stratospheric, it could penetrate into the heaven. I was just there admiring it. And the angel standing beside me said, hey, don't admire this. This is actually the principality responsible for the people in this country. Whether you're a local, whether you're a foreigner, if you are not under the influence of the Holy Spirit, you are definitely under the influence of this principality. And then I saw that one, and then I was moved to another location. I saw many minions. Minions, I mean the demons who are working directly under this principality. I will describe them a little bit. They are big. They are very tall, right? They're big, very tall, very long. Not just tall, they're very long. They're very long. I saw them. Some of them are wearing white. Some of them are, I think the ones I saw primarily, basically, they were all wearing white. And when I inquired, there were very many. When I inquired, why are they this tall? The Holy Spirit said to me, the angel said to me, the reason they are this tall is because the nature of a principality determines the nature of the people around there. Now, their tallness means they are not after your growth. They are not after your progress, material progress in this country. The major function of the principalities in this nation, in this city, is to make sure that people become soulless. So, two tricks of the devil. He either blesses you with poverty, or he will bless you with prosperity. Okay, let me explain this a little bit further. Sometimes one of the best tricks of the devil, one of the best military utensils of the devil, is not to afflict you with poverty. If he sees that poverty draws you close to God, he will allow you to be blessed. Now, all good things come from God. All blessings come from God. But the reason why some people seem like they are not receiving good things from God is because there is a war waging in the heavens against your blessings. And the devil comes not but to steal, kill, and destroy. So if something good is coming to you and you are not spiritually observant and sensitive, he will wage war. And if care is not taken, he will steal that thing. He can come in form of destruction. He can come in form of pleasure, entertainment. Now, that girl you've been checking all these weeks and months that has not been giving you attention, all of a sudden she begins to give you attention. It's because there is a blessing coming. He wants to siphon or embezzle. He wants to distract you with pleasure so he can steal what you're blessed. So he can steal the blessing that is coming to you. Are you getting what I'm saying at all? So, the principality in this nation, I'm going to speak specifically to foreigners. Now, if you look at the people in this country, you will understand certain things. See the way they live their life. Many of them are prosperous. If you're in this country and you're not prosperous, if you don't have certain basic necessities of life, it's not the powers to blame is not the principality in this nation. Maybe it's the issue that you've not dealt with at home. This country is not against your finance. What they're against is your spirituality. They entertain you with everything the world has to offer. This country, I see it as it's a good place. It's a very good place, right? I see it as a modern, miniaturized spiritual Babylon. They give you everything you want. Good life, good houses, good this, good that. If you work well, you get good things. But if you don't work, you're gonna struggle. However, the war is against your soul, and that's why you see a lot of people come into this country, maybe from Africa, from Nigeria, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Cameroon. They have burning zeal for God, but all of a sudden, that fire begins to go down. It's not a coincidence. It's a war that has been raging for your soul, and that's why I was speaking to some people. I told them, before you travel abroad, pay attention to the country you're going to. Before you leave your homeland and you say, okay, you want to go seek for greener pastures, don't just rush into a place where they say there is job opportunities. While you are considering good economy, good financial enhancement and aggrandizement, please pay attention to the area you are going to, the principality you're going to, the municipality. Go pay attention to the territory you're going to. Jesus was going into a territory. They sent wind to destroy him. He overcame. Thank God for that. And then the moment he entered into that territory, the Bible says he entered into that. They saw him from far. They said, hey, what have you come to do here? Have you come to destroy us before our time? If you read the book of Luke chapter 8, you see that there. Have you come? Those are demons speaking through a man. So they didn't want him to come into that region. They didn't want Jesus to enter that region because they have colonized that region. Principalities are all about dominating an environment. So anybody in that environment has to function the way they want it to function. There are some things that they're not against. For example, principalities in Africa, most of them are against your wealth. They're against your prosperity. That's the weapon they are maximizing. Most of the principalities in America, Europe, Asia, many of them are not against your prosperity. They are coming straight at your soul. That's why you see a person leave Nigeria praying powerfully, spiritual. I was also once I was a victim of that. Came into this country, before you know the devil wouldn't mind to give you everything you want, just to snatch, just to steal that thing that you really need. If he can offer you everything in this world to take your soul, he will gladly do that. He will gladly do that. And that's why you see people, all of a sudden, people who were once on fire for God, they enter into a new territory. That fire begins to go down. The devil is patient. Sometimes it may take him 3 years to achieve that. Sometimes it may take him 2 years to achieve. Sometimes it may take him 5 years. He's patient. He wouldn't mind. He will wait. He studies you. He knows you. The moment you enter into this airport, I hope you know that in every airport of this world, there are demons that are stationed. As you're coming in, they are receiving your files. They're checking your data. In the spirit, there's a spiritual base where everybody's information is deposited. I hope you know that. So that shouldn't be a new news to you. So as you are coming in, they are checking your information. Who is this man? What has been up to? What is his background? What family is he up to? Did he come from? What are his weaknesses? What are his secret sins? They are studying you. Some people also come with their own demon. So they collaborate. That's why if you pay attention, If you're moving from one location to another location, if you have an addiction, let me tell you this, many of you might have experienced this. If you are moving from one location, maybe you are changing apartment, okay? Usually, if you have an addiction, let's say you have an addiction to pornography, the moment you step from this apartment, you leave this apartment and you go to another apartment, this is what will happen to you. In the first 2-3 days, 1-3 days in your new apartment, you realize that force of addiction is reduced. Have you observed this? Please communicate with me if you've observed this. That force of addiction, maybe you have this compulsive desire to want to masturbate. You have the compulsive desire to want to sleep with somebody. Any woman you just want to sleep, any man you want to sleep with. The moment you leave a certain location to another location, for the first 1-3 days, it will reduce. You know why? Demons are territorial. And when you move, it will take them time to adjust. Sometimes 3 days, they will adjust and then they will come back. That same addiction will start repeating itself. And that's why I tell people this. If you're in this country and you're moving from one apartment to another apartment, please don't just rush in there and begin to sleep in there. Pray for that apartment. Sanctify it. You don't know who was there. Many houses you see are altars. Many areas, some people's bed are altars. Don't just rush and jump into an apartment and you begin to sleep there without first asking the Holy Spirit to cleanse that place. You don't know who was there. The bed that you are going to be sleeping on, you don't know the kind of atrocities and sins that have been committed there. And anywhere sin is, demons will be there. So if this sin becomes repetitive, that's what transforms a place to become an altar. So if you're going to a place, let me put it down, let me break it down. You're traveling, you're making a relocation, you're moving from one apartment to another. Before you begin to say, this is my apartment, before you begin to feel relaxed, make sure that any spirits that have been left behind by the previous occupant or tenant is exorcised. Cleanse it. Pray for that place, or get somebody who has spiritual authority. Not everybody can cast out devils. Everybody should as a Christian, but not everybody understands how they can do that. Get somebody to pray for that, but anoint it and say, Lord, I dedicate this place to you. Now, one of the manifestations of the principalities in this country that we, especially for black people, especially for Nigerians, now this is especially for those who are in Kazakhstan, Almaty, is disunity. They are especially concerned about the disunity of the black community in this country. That's why you see that no matter how much we try to bring peace, it's so hard. The principalities of this nation do not want the unity of black community in this country. The reason is, among other reasons, let me give you one of the most important. You see, in these last days, by the way, you know we're in the last days, right? In these last days, God is specifically concerned about the black people, the black race, because most of his agenda, most of his mandate for this world on a global scale will be revolving around the black community. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. As a result of what the black people have been through a lot of rejection, ostracism and discrimination. God likes people who are broken. God likes people who are called misfits, people who are rejected, people who are, God likes those kind of people. So in these last days, and by the way, you know, we're in the system, with the conclusion of system of things, these are the last days. God is especially concerned about the black community. He wants to use us to become vessels of honor, vessels of good, to reach out to the nations of the world. The devil understands this, and one of the ways he wants to make sure that this does not come to manifestation, this plan of God for the black world, for the black community, is not manifested, is by disunity. If you read the book of Psalm chapter 2, it says, why do the heathens rage and the people imagine the vain thing? The kings of this earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel, principalities take counsel against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder. So the way for the devil to fight against the people, the anointed of God, is to break their bands asunder. That simply means bringing disunity. And that's why you find that in Almaty, it's hard for black people to come together in unity and achieve something. It's hard. It's hard for us to even have meeting without aggressiveness, without aggression, without people fighting, threatening. It's not normal. It's not natural. It's a spiritual force, a war that is waging against the black community. We must understand this. We must not allow the devil to take advantage of us through ignorance. It's hard. Everybody has something against. Hey, Everybody has problem again. You talk with somebody, he's telling you about how this person offended him, how the other one offended him, how this issue offended him. Something that was handled, something that was committed, a crime or a sin or an issue that happened many years ago. Somebody still nursing it upon his heart. It's not normal. The devil knows that our unity is our strength. And where there is unity, the power of God can move. But he brings in division. And where there is division, you limit the capacity of the Holy Spirit. And that's why it's hard for black people in this country to be united. Don't blame the people. You see, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. No, we don't wrestle again. When your spiritual life begins to ascend, you begin to see through people. You begin to know when demons are actually speaking through people. You begin to know when the Holy Spirit is actually the one communicating through people. When your spiritual maturity increases, you know who is speaking. People are talking, but you know this is not this man talking. It's the devil that has possessed his facilities to speak. So one of the functionalities, one of the ways you know the manifestation of principalities upon the lives of black people, Nigerians, Ugandans, Sierra Leoneans, Africans generally in this country is disunity. In the African Union, there is no peace. In the Nigerian Union, there is no peace. Even in the church, this same disunity is coming in. It's a function of the principality. The reason I'm saying this is when we know the root of a problem, it's easier to attack the problem. And I'm speaking to everyone within the sound of my voice, respectfully. Let us intentionally try to forgive. Forgiveness is a necessity in the spirit. It's so important that Jesus said, even if you're going to church to give an offering and you remember that you have an issue with your brother you will not settle, go back and settle it before you come back and give the offering. If not, God will not accept it. It's so important. And it's so important to the extent that if the devil wants to get you, he will make you offended. I'm telling you the truth. See, if they want to get you, if they want to extract your energy, they will provoke you intentionally. And if you don't have self-control, which is a fruit of the spirit, you'll fall for it. It's a kind of bait, rage bait. We'll continue with this video. There will be a part 2 to it, talking about principalities, the manifestation, taking Almaty, Kazakhstan as a case study. Francis Naji, God bless you.